Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to talk about Shanquella Robinson because her story is heartbreaking, and her energy is just in my energy lately, and I've always been interested in her story because it's what a lot of chosen ones experience all the time. So I just wanted to expound on her story and explain how important it is to protect your energy, watch your energy, because the truth is that there's always going to be negative, wicked, evil people around you, no matter where you are. Every time you leave your house, you put yourself at risk for coming around a wicked person, and that's just the hard truth of being in this realm. And just having friends like hers, you just want to be careful. I caution you guys to watch your back. If you have people that you're hanging around and you see any signs of a red flag, any signs of envy and jealousy, and you know when it's there, you can tell. You already understand what I'm saying, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You probably have a few people in mind as you're listening to this video, because envy and jealousy are very similar, but they act out in different ways. They're played out in different ways. Jealousy makes someone feel overseen, overlooked, unheard, and it wants to isolate. And it's always going to follow these same blueprints. Anytime someone is jealous of you, they will always downplay and act like you aren't there and try to ignore you as much as possible. And again, the isolation to make you feel left out and like the black sheep, and basically excommunicated from whatever social circle or community that there is, or just in general. But envy can be slightly different. Envy can study you up close and be around you. And this is what's so contradicting, because you would think that someone who doesn't like you wouldn't be around you. But see, envy is a little different, because both of them, envy and jealousy, have an admirable quality about them. So basically, if someone is jealous or envious of you, first of all, that person knows that there's a character that is in you that they don't have. There's a quality in you that they do not possess, and they recognize that. And so there's a bit of admiration there, because there's a contrast. The other person sees there's something about this person that I don't have, or a material thing. You know, you might own something, but basically jealousy is, I want that for myself. And envy is, I don't think that person deserves that. Like, basically, jealousy, envy wants to take. Envy thinks that, like, for example, if it's a car, they don't think you deserve that thing, and they want to take it. Whereas jealousy is more of like a covetous thing. Like, it's, but envy, it says that who can stand in the face of an envious man, right? Because envy, both of them are horrible traits. And I do not believe that everyone is jealous or envious. I hear a lot of people on YouTube saying, oh, everyone is a little jealous, it's natural. A red flag immediately, because no, it's not. Jealousy, the cure to jealousy is so simple. It's just wishing that person abundance. Whatever you're jealous of that person, you just ask God to increase them in that thing. And it's the instant cure for jealousy. Like, you should wish people well. People should wish you well. But envy will be in your house, in your face, seeking you out, sending you invitations, and this person wants to take from you. Envy wants to replace you. So it's like the Talented Mr. Ripley, you know, it's an older movie where this guy became obsessed with another man, and he hung around him, he studied him, he mocked his ways, and he took on his characteristics and likeliness, all to eventually kill this man and take his place in society, to destiny swap. And in Shanquella Robinson's case, I believe it was very much so envy and jealousy, because they hung around her, they pretended to be her friend. And I just want you guys to be aware of this kind of fake energy. Like, it is nothing to play with. Like, even as I'm making this video, I'm also speaking to myself and just reiterating, because this energy is all around me right now, you know. And it's just so important to protect your life, because loving people like Shanquella, you know, who are happy, who are abundant, who are in their bag and doing their thing like she was, and just being a good supportive friend, you never know what people can do. You know, even when friends are shady towards you or they make comments, right? She probably never thought in the back of her mind that this is going to be my last trip. I'm not going to see my mother again. You see what I'm saying? And there's people that want to take you out like that, just for being a bright light, just for being. Because guys, jealousy and envy, you can't control it. And it's a disease of a heart, of in that you can't solve. It's a problem that's outside of you. And basically it drives people to murder. You may see people make comments, but like Shanquella, you might underestimate what jealousy can do, what envy can do. And these people will harm you. If they can say slightful remarks and throw shade and just downplay, diminish your accomplishments, overlook what you've done. And you know, a lot of people are just jealous and envious of you because you're resilient. Because God knows what you have been through. God knows what you have survived. And they know. And this is why they're jealous, because it didn't kill you. You know, people see what you've gone through, what you've been through, the trials, the mistakes, whatever. Life's happenstances, because God tests all of us. And a lot of people are upset because you don't look like what you've been through, because your resilience. People are wondering, how did this person make it through that? That would have killed me. What you've gone through, it would have taken a lot of people out. And you know, that's the hard, straight up truth. You know, you are a survivor, and you might ask, why me? Why not you? A lot of people who have jealousy and envy towards them, they always, you know, kind of wonder, like, what's so special about me, or what is about me? Why am I always a target? Why am I always experiencing this? It's because it's in you, not on you. And you've heard that before. It's a bright light, and people who are dark inside can see it. Just like you recognize the darkness immediately in them, they immediately recognize that light and righteousness and virtue and purity in you. But I just ask you guys to not let your good heart overlook and underestimate what these jealous and envious people can do to you, what they want to do to you. Even if they don't act on it, even if they may not say it, you know the vibes, because energy never lies. Words lie, people lie, and situations lie, but energy always tells the truth. And what does that energy tell you when you're in a room with these people? what does the energy say? You know, I believe that, Shanquella, you can be, sometimes you'll put up with crappy friends, right? Because you start to see as you get older, wow, people really are crappy. People really are shitty, and you know, their character is not that high out here on the moral standard. And being lonely can cause you to settle for terrible, poor quality people. And you guys just protect yourself and know your worth, because you by yourself is way better company than having someone who's envious or jealous around you, because they're trying to take you out of here. Even if it's just to break your spirit and say a negative comment, again, to downplay your accomplishments, never celebrating your achievements. People's always seeking you out, and this is the confusing part, because they'll act like your friend. You see, Shanquella was on a trip with them. These people are booking plans and in group chats and threads together. You're on social media, you're taking pictures. So it can confuse you, like, okay, well, these are my ride or dies, these are my, you know, my long-term besties. Let me tell you, history and time mean nothing when it comes to these kind of feelings. And you don't know how deep someone's jealousy goes. It's like when you really love someone, you can't put it into words, right? I can't even begin to explain how much I love someone. It is the exact opposite on the hate spectrum. Sometimes people are so wicked and bad that they can't even explain how much they envy and hate you just for being you, just for being a light. Because peace and light and righteousness is not something that you just choose to have. You have to train and purify your heart. You have to be close to the Creator. You have to have a spirit of humility and not of arrogance and of a prideful ego. And people who are jealous and envious, they have an arrogance problem. And this is the thing that they can't accept, because really people are just one of many. Yes, you're unique. Yes, you have a fingerprint. Yes, you see what I'm saying? Even identical twins are unique. But at the same time, we're still one of many. Yes, we're all unique. We're all the same as well. So just to end my video, you guys just stay vigilant. Even if you have to hang around these people, you know, proximity can breed disrespect. Sometimes people mistake closeness, you know, like if you're at your job, or like I said, there is a lot of history. Sometimes people can take that and think that they can run and disrespect you because, oh, I've known you for a long time. I know you're a good-hearted person. I know you're forgiving. And see, I believe Shanquella had these same traits. She seemed like a person who just really needed friends, who just really wanted people around her. She had a booming business at a young age, young, black, and beautiful, and a great friend circle would top that life off. It's very understandable, but you guys have to be careful that a lot of people are okay with you doing good, just not better than them. And you would think that people would have sympathy or be understanding or just be happy for you that you've made it through things that could literally have killed you. But instead of celebrating and honoring you where you're at today and saying, wow, that person really did that, God must really favor that person, or they must really deserve that, or I'm proud of that person, they do deserve that. Their insecurity mixed with their jealous and envious spirits. I just want to reference Cain and Abel, the first murder of the first children because of jealousy. So it's not a game. It's not a game. proximity. So take time apart from these people. You don't have to burn a bridge, but you don't have to walk over it as often either. And maybe you don't, maybe at some point you just stop going over it altogether. Subtle pullback, you know, doesn't have to be drastic and dramatic all at once. But think of Shanquella, because she did not die in vain. Her life highlights the wolves when you're a sheep in the mist. Thanks for this video, guys, and leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. Chosen ones, people who are righteous, handpicked by the Lord to shine your light and just be at peace and glorify Him. People will be jealous of how you love God. So many things, and I can go on. Your children, how confident and loving you are, how understanding, how soft, how sympathetic, how strong mentally. These are things that money can't buy. So it really has nothing to do. Jealousy and envy, it's not just material. A lot of it is spiritual. And you guys know this. So take this as a sign to watch yourself, protect yourself. Stay tuned for the next video.